Control theory. Control theory is concerned with looking for what causes conformity. What causes deviance is the absence of what causes conformity, or in other words, deviance is caused by the absence of control. Based on Freudian ideology, people are naturally inclined to commit deviant acts and will do so unless they are properly controlled. We are going to look at 5 prominent ideas within control theory: social bond, self-control, control balance, reintegrative shaming, and deterrence. Travis Hirschi believed if someone has a strong bond to their society, they are much less likely to commit deviance. He believed there were 4 ways to bond to our society: attachment to conventional people and institutions, commitment to conformity, involvement in conventional activities, and belief in moral validity of social rules. An example of this theory can be applied to a member of a high school band. He has an attachment to his band and band members by being a part of the group. He is committed to practicing his instrument. The more accomplished he feels with his abilities, the less likely he is to turn to deviance. He is involved with band practices and performances, as well as extracurricular activities the group may do outside of playing. This takes up a lot of his time, which takes away time that could be spent committing deviance. He has belief in the rules of the group and school. He would be motivated to follow these rules because if he were to break them, he would be less likely to be able to play and participate. Michael Gottfredson and Hirschi believe that weak self-control is more useful for explaining deviance. If someone has weak self-control, they are more likely to behave impulsively or recklessly. They are also not well disciplined. This can lead to deviant behaviors. An example of this theory can be applied to a young teen who is raised by one parent. Let's say his father left when he was young, so he is raised by his mother. His mother has to work double shifts at her job to make enough money to pay for the family bills. Because of this, her son is left at home to himself a lot and doesn't have as much oversight and discipline. This can lead to him engaging in deviance because he has not been socialized well by his parents and thinks he can behave in a way that only suits himself and his wants and needs. Charles Tittle thought a lack of control balance causes deviance. A person with a lack of control balance can be said to have a control surplus, described as control we have over others being greater than the control others have over us, or control deficit, described as the control others have over us being greater than the control we have over them. An example of this can be described through a situation exploitation. If a person's power over someone is greater, it can become easy for them to manipulate that person to give them what they want, ignoring the other person's safety or well-being. This can lead to deviant acts such as theft, vandalism, or sexual harassment. John Braithwaite believes reintegrative shaming could be used to help reform criminals rejoining society. The U.S. currently engages in disintegrative shaming, described as the wrongdoer is punished in such a way to be stigmatized, rejected, or ostracized. They become banished from conventional society. Reintegrative shaming involves making wrongdoers feel guilty while showing them understanding, forgiveness, or respect. This is seen as common in more communitarian societies such as Japan. The deterrence theory states that punishment deters crime, while lack of punishment encourages it. There are 3 ways punishment can be carried out. Punishment can be more or less severe. It can be argued that if the punishment for a crime is more severe, it could deter people from wanting to commit that crime. Punishment can be more or less certain. Studies show that if a crime is more certain to be punished, they are less likely to partake. Punishment can be more or less swift. The quicker or swifter a punishment is to be carried out, the less likely someone is to partake in crime. There are 2 types of deterrence. General deterrence is meant to deter the general public from engaging in criminal activity, while specific deterrence is meant to deter a particular person from engaging or re-engaging in criminal activity. Many studies have supported social bond and self-control theories. When looking at drug addicts or juvenile delinquents, it can be seen that they have weak social bonds and lower self-control. The issue with these studies, however, is that the studies do not look at where or how the deviance began. Often it is the deviance experience that causes people to have a weaker social bond and self-control. Braithwaite's theory of reintegrative shaming could be well applied to first-time offenders who still have shame about their deviant behavior. However, hardened criminals have likely lost shame for their criminal behavior, so this would not apply well to them. They can see it as society going easy on them and take advantage of this to carry out more crime. When it comes to deterrence, studies have shown varying reports. When it comes to some cases, the more severe punishment can deter some people from committing crime. However, in some cases, that more severe punishment can actually cause former inmates to commit more crime. Control theorists in general see control as a preventer of deviance, but fail to see control as a cause of deviance. For example, if police are coming after a suspect, they could actually cause him to commit crimes such as evading arrest.